Hello, everybody. My name's Roger Gaudette. I'm an international speaker. I'm a retired combat engineer from the military, and I'm massively into health and success. And I'm here today just to have you look at something a little bit differently, okay? Because I suffered 19 years with something. I was unable to make an income for myself. I was extremely sick from my time in Kuwait when I was there. And so, like I said, I suffered 19 years. So, life is meant to be played, not to be watched from the sidelines, because I absolutely thought that's what I was doing. So, I'm going to go through a process of probably, hopefully, enlightening you on how to look at something a little bit differently. Okay, so we'll just get right through this thing. So, all I'm offering you is a solution. You can take it or leave it. It's not put out there that you have to do it. It's hopefully something that's going to embed something into your brain that makes you think of life slightly differently. Okay, so let's just go through this. So most of us are forced to retire at age 65, right? So we don't have much options after that unless we want to work like a menial task if we can. And more, especially the baby boomers coming on board to the age of 65 and they're getting older, that is becoming more and more of a massive population of people that are at that age, and a lot of them that aren't making enough income as it is. So let's look at something. What will your bank account look like then when, let's say you hit 65? Now, what will your bank account look like? Because a lot of people aren't saving anything nowadays, okay? So let's go right into this. So did you know, I know it's a slow process, let's be conservative, and you and your spouse or significant other get to retirement. So you're finally at 65 and you're ready to retire, hopefully ready to retire. And let's look at just a meal. A meal costs $7, okay? And if you say that's impossible, well, I was in the bodybuilder program. I was actually feeding myself chicken, broccoli, and potatoes or yam or rice. And that is a very easy thing to do, to eat at $7 a day. Okay, so just that meal prep there, what you see there, actually costs about that much. Okay, so you both like 3 meals a day, right? Okay, so yes, yes, of course. I want to eat 3 times a day at least. And you would like to eat every day, right? Of course. Who wouldn't want to eat every day? So now, and you both live for at least the next 20 years. So you get to 65, and then there's 20 more years that hopefully that you're still alive, vibrant, and everything else. A lot, you thrive in your life. So let's do some math with that, okay? So a lot of people are unaware of this. So you and your spouse, the two of you, your meals per day is 3, right? We want to eat 3 times a day. The cost per meal is $7. Okay, so between the two of you, it's very easy to do. Days in the year is 365. Let me move this over here. And you get to the age of 85, so that's 20 years. So you're 365 days of the year, you're going to eat $7 meals, and you're eating every day 3 meals a day. So at the end of 20 years, that actually works out to $306,000 for 20 years is the cost of just eating. That's all you're doing is that $7 a day meal. That's how much money you have to be able to support you, because you're not making any more income, correct? Okay, so what does your bank account look like now? So if you're at 65 even now and you don't have that kind of retirement, what does it look like? And let's say even if you're 30 or 40 years old, what does your bank account look like? So move this over again. Let me show you how making a simple $600 more per month part-time could change your circumstances dramatically. And most of us are one $400 bill away from living on the street. You know, I just watched a homeless movie the other day. It was like heart-wrenching of seeing what was happening down the west coast of California. And it was just heartbreaking what we seen there. Okay, so let's see what having $600 more per month could do for you. Okay, so let's at a compound average interest of 10%. Okay, so you could get a really good money manager that could find you ways to invest where you're going to make at least 10% interest. Okay, so there is places out there, there's really good money managers, and I suggest meeting a money manager, not going to the bank, not going in, go to a separate independent money manager. They're usually the best. Okay, so $600 per month. And now let's go, you have 10 years to get to that 65, okay? So that would mean if you saved $600 per month, you could have in 10 years $123,000 in your bank account, okay? So now let's say 20 years. Let's say you have 20 years before you hit 65 and you're saving that $600 per month. You'd actually have about $459,000 in your bank account. Okay, so now it's looking more like better, right? You could actually have that $7 meal a day. Now let's say you have 30 years left to get there and you're saving that $600 per month. You'd have 1.3 million just saving $600 a month in a 10% compounded interest investment. Okay, so now let's look at 40 years. Let's say you're young enough where you have 40 years to be able to get to 65 and save that money. And if you're saving $600 per month, every month, you'd have 3.8 million if it was consistent with that 10%. And it goes up and down, you know, like it's just the way the investments go, but a lot of times it's just slowly climbing and climbing and climbing, again depending on your money manager. So that 30 years at 1.3 million is actually equal to, if you had that in the bank, that would earn you about $5,000 per month. Let's say you get to that stage and now you want to start pulling that money out so that you could live. You could actually be making $5,000 per month, okay, off that 1.3 million. So now how can you make $600 more a month? Okay, so just move this so you actually see it. So how can you do it? And do it part-time. There is a way, okay? Join our team, okay? This is, again, don't go running. You need to see what I'm here to offer you. And remember, you could take it or leave it. We offer people the gift of health and wealth and peace of mind. And when we offer that gift, let's say your first two people that you offer a gift to, they actually accept it and they get what you have, you'll make $340 and then $340. So you've already made $680 off of that. So now, when you get to that third person, you now make double thank yous per that gift that you're offering someone, and then someone takes that gift, and I'm telling you, it's the gift of health and wealth. This is what we're offering people. So now you make $680. So now every time you offer someone a gift from that point on, you're making $680 very easily. Okay, and this is only the beginning, and it's at whatever rate or speed you want to work at. It's up to you, but you have the ability now to take control of your life, take control of your health, take control of your finances, and be able to get that income going for yourself. And even if you are at 65 and you can't work anymore, you could start right on this same thing. You don't have to, it's not age appropriate. You could get into this. We have so many people that are over 60 years old enjoying and living the dream life because of this. Okay, so now you've made $1,360 with just 3 people. Isn't that crazy? So let's look at your solution. So a plan B. So now you've been working your plan A, which is your 9 to 5 job. And let's say your 9 to 5 job is ending, you're getting to 65. So now what's your plan B? There had to been something that you've been working on your side to be able to generate this hopefully amazing retirement that we're looking for. So let's look at the solution for life, because most of us, uh, what are our dreams? Most of us have dreams, right? So what kind of financial freedom do you want? Do you want a bigger house, luxury car? Like I'm not big on that. I'm big with just spending time with people, having coffee with people, having so much time freedom that I don't have to worry about anybody. And actually, I haven't had, my wife and I had any concern of listening to anybody tell us what to do for well into the 12-year mark doing this project. Okay, so again, you could be big into giving. We have people that actually purchase churches and build churches for people in impoverished countries. Okay, and maybe your goal is just to be debt free. That's even awesome as well, right? So what would you do if you had all the money you wanted? So now things are going to start to look a little depressing now, because I'm going to hit another truth bomb on you, okay? Because in the reality of life is most of us are trading time for dollars. So you're working for someone else at the convenience of their time, so that 8-hour shift, that 9-hour shift, whatever it is, you're working for someone else and you're only getting paid so much, right? And we're spending more than we make, obviously, right? A lot of us are just like on the cutting edge with our credit cards and everything else. Like Christmas is coming, we're going through a crappy time this whole year. The last 2 years has been completely draining financially as well. A lot of people losing their jobs. So now you're going into Christmas. Now we're in December, and now you're going to be buying stuff with your credit card. That's just the way it is. And the credit cards are upping their limits and everything else so that you could go spend more money. So most of us are living beyond our means, not enough money for retirement, okay? And then if you look at how much your earning capacity, really it's not your fault. So even if you have a bachelor degree, okay, your earning capacity is only so much, and even if your high school diploma, you're only earning so much as well. Okay, so your average annual earnings is at a peak at a certain stage. So now, what about retirement? So when you get to that 65, you still have bills, right? Your bills don't stop. You still have hydro, your power bill for the Americans, okay? You still have food, you still have to live and like have a shelter, okay? Maybe you have an automobile, so you have to get to point A and point B and back again, right? So that cost is there, the insurance is there, and then incidentals like our food and everything else that we have, that is just slowly going up and up. The more we're paying more for this stuff every year. So what we actually want to have is the ability to have a legacy. Our children have enough to live on comfortably throughout retirement. So we have this ability with what this project is to be able to now pass this on. If you get to retirement, you could actually pass this on to them. Okay, and that's the beauty of what we're doing here. So what about job security? Again, another depressing thing. Okay, job loss, illness. Can you handle being without a job? Okay, and a lot of people have lost their job during this horrific 2-year period that we've been under. So how many weeks can you survive with that savings? Most North American families only have the resource to cover 1 month worth of expenses. And like I said, most of us are a $400 bill away from being homeless. So now, most of us are driving down the road without a spare tire. So what's your backup plan, right? If you're driving and you get a flat, you're screwed, right? You can't just put on the spare. You don't have one. You haven't done one. You haven't done one for all this time. And most of us are unaware, and most of us are always pushing our time away. Oh, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. And I was the same way. Okay. So why are some people wealthy? Why are some average? Why are some poor? Okay, there's some, like, this should wake you up a little bit. So as an employee, you work your 8 hours a day for 30 days in the month. So that's only allows you 240 hours per month from a salary. You can't work any more hours than are already out there. And if you work those hours, it's like very rare now. People are always wanting more time to make more money because they just not making enough, or minimum wage, whatever it is, right? So what's the difference between someone who's successful? Well, they take 100 employees, and now you times it by that same 8 hours at 30 days a week or a month. That's 24,000 hours that your employer has, that he's going to be making as a profit because he's working off all those 100 employees. Okay, so how do we get that? How do we benefit from that? So, and our jobs, could only make so much per year as well. Like, so if you're on a salary, or your wage is $2,000 per month, you're only making 24,000 a year. And now, especially here up in Canada, that's living right on the edge, because I mean, a lot of us like that live in the cities, your rent is like $2,000 a month, if not more, just for an apartment. So now if you make $4,000 a month, you're making 4,800 a year. Okay, and it just goes on. And if you have a 4-year schooling, you could get out of your 4-year school and make $50,000 a month, but you're also 200 plus $1,000 in debt that you have to pay back. Okay, and again, there's doctors that are just on the cusp of being bankrupt because they're trying to pay back that debt that they did to get all their schooling. So if I could show you a way you can make 100,000 or more per year without debt, would you like to know how? Right? That's what this is all about. You want to know how we're going to be able to do this. So let me show you. Okay, it's called the 8-point system. It's time for a new one. Okay, there's a system, the 9 to 5 system, that you've been into your whole life. Now let me introduce you to the 8-point system. Okay, are you allergic to money? Like, there's some people say, oh, it's make money thing. Well, you're making money for yourself now. So if you're allergic to it, then maybe you shouldn't be buying your rent, or your car, your food, or whatever, because you have to make money to be able to earn and get all that stuff, right? So you don't want to be allergic to money. You want money to just come and flow to you. So we have a one-time entry fee, no renewal fees. Okay, doesn't cost you anything once you have your initial one-time entry. 100% tax deductible, not only because of the tax savings that you have as becoming an entrepreneur, having a home-based business, but also what you're going to purchase is also going to be your demonstration model. Outstanding earning potential, and we have the most important product on the planet next to air. Guess what? It's water. Okay, so Enagic is the company. It's a medical equipment manufacturer since 1974. Medical equipment built to last a lifetime. Okay, international standardization as a medical device in Japan. We're Water Quality Association. This is a worldwide quality award that has massive amounts of awards per unit that we sell, these gifts, right, that we're offering people. In environmental awards, okay, so not only are we a medical device, but also environmentally we have such a package that we have such a low footprint on pollution nowadays. Okay, and Direct Sellers Association, we're a member of that in high risk standards. We're a patented compensation plan. Nobody could copy it. Okay, it's such an amazing package that they've actually patented for you. Okay, and promoting healthiest and safest water on the planet. Okay, so let me just show you just the nuts and bolts really quick about this system. So it's a Kangen water is what this machine actually makes. Okay, sits on your counter and able to change the pHs of water. So it makes a 8.5, 9, and 9.5 water. Water is for super healthy hydration, and cooking is phenomenal with this water because it pulls the flavors out of everything that you use when you cook with this water, okay? It also makes a clean water. So press of a button, we're able to change the water into a non-ionized filtered water. Amazing for baby formulas and medications. Okay, next is a beauty water, which is a pH of 6, and it works as a toner, skin and hair. Plants love this water because it returns the soil back to its natural pH, okay? Cleaning, it was amazing. You get rid of all your Windex because it now cleans mirrors and glass and everything else. So, and that's what my wife was. She was a house cleaner before, and she saved thousands of dollars using these waters, okay? Strong acid water, which is a 2.5 to 1.5 pH. Hypochlorous acid, the most natural disinfectant on the planet. Water, salt, and electricity, that's what it makes this amazing waters. And at the same time, it makes a strong Kangen water, which is emulsifies oil, cleans food, replaces chemical cleaners, never having to go down that chemical aisle. Also replaces all your detergents, the most natural, safest detergent on the planet. Okay, this is what this machine does. So now the gift of health is what you're giving someone. So it saves you thousands and thousands of dollars every year. Okay, so we have several units, but we're going to talk about the Leveluk Kangen 8. Okay, we have several different medical equipment, ionizers, also a water a shower unit that we have. Okay, and so let's just talk about the Kangen 8. So now I'm going to introduce you a little bit to the compensation plan. Okay, so the 8-point system. This is the patented system. Okay, and we're going to go through the whole lineup here. So the very first, again, it's 8 points. So think of it as 8 pieces of the pie, okay? So every unit has 8 pieces allowed to be doled out during the giving of that gift. So you're making a sale. So we're going to talk about sales, okay? So now, when your first 2 gifts you offer, remember, that's what we're doing, you get $340 when it's a Kangen 8. So $340 when in that one piece of pie. So now the very next sale, you become a 2A. So now your third sale, you become 2. So that's 2 times the commission. So 2 times the pieces of pie. So you make $680. Is that credible? Okay. Now, what you're going to have now is you're going to have a group, and they may want to do the same thing as well. So every time you're making a direct sale or they're making group sales, that's your team underneath you, you're going to make $680 until you reach 10, and then your very next direct sale, you become a 3A, so 3 times the commission. So 3 pieces of that pie, you're making $1,020. So now it just keeps going up. After 20 sales, you make your next direct sale, you become a 4A. So now you're making $1,360 per sale. You see how we're changing your financial business now, your financial goal, your dream that you've wanted all your life, okay? So now it's here. You're not being stuck hands on, shit, I'm 65, what am I going to do? Okay, we have the vision here. So now when you get to 5A, that's 50 sales. It's not all you. It could be help from your team of them wanting this same project to be part of them, and you're earning every time they're making sales as well, okay? And to get more of that, we have an amazing teacher that will explain that to you in depth, okay? But this is just the nuts and bolts of this thing. So now when you get to 100, you now become a 6A agent, and that means you get 6 pieces of pie. So every time now you sell one of these Kangen 8s, you make $2,040. That is life changing. That is address changing. That's going on trips every year changing, maybe 2 or 3 trips changing, right? That's what this is possible. So now it's with direct sales and indirect sales, okay? So now as you get up in the ranks and as you keep growing, so you get to 6A, you get a $3,000 bonus, and as the ranks get higher and higher, so don't get confused too much with the 6A2, 6A22, you get bonuses along the way, $12,000 bonuses, $6,000 bonuses, and as you progress through this compensation plan, this becomes really easy to understand. Okay, it's probably the most easiest compensation plan that's out there. You're not diamond, you're not this triple diamond, all this other stuff that's so confusing, and you never derank. You could actually stop doing everything for months and months and months, and then make your next direct sale. You carry on from where you left off. You don't lose anything like they do in these other ones. So let's just look at this guy right here. So 682-3. This is why this is so important. This is why you need to understand this. When you get to the rank of 682-3, okay, this is you helping other people. You are now going to get a $25,000 bonus, but now you get $5,000 a month per life, plus other incentives with just a small qualification that's so easy. So now $5,000 a month per life per month. Is that not life changing? Now it's like you have that $1.3 million in the bank. It's earning you $5,000 a month. And people are doing this within 2 or 3 years. So imagine that you could have your goal of what you want in 2 or 3 years by sharing this amazing technology with others and sharing obviously this compensation plan. Okay, so what do we do? What can I do? Can you do it? Okay, so we offer on-the-job training. We have a system in place that teaches you everything along the way. We got Facebook groups that you join in, and we answer all these questions along the way. We're there 100%. We have amazing, amazing leaders on our team. We have video presentations, we have video training, we have live presentations, and especially during this time we had Zooms were just so powerful, because now we didn't have to wait for people to come to us and we do this demonstration and everything else. Now they could sit in the comfort of their home and watch this amazing life-changing water and compensation plan. That's the beauty of it, right? You could just invite to these things and then they get back to you, and now you're going up the rank again. Okay, we mentor you as long as you need it, and we can answer all your questions. Okay, it's very simple. And all I offered you today was a solution. You can take it or leave it, but I just wanted to put that drop in your brain today to see that maybe you've got to start looking forward in your life and in your career. Do you have what's going to be able to sustain you through retirement and be able to live this amazing life, and hopefully not get kicked out of your house, kicked out of your rental unit, and not being able to survive? We have something that you could offer people that not only helps them, but it helps you as well. So my name is Roger Gaudette. Hopefully you got a lot from this. Change your water, change your life. Love you. Have a great day.